Okay. Welcome to today's session.
Thank you.
Today, okay. Today, it will be mainly about the Bodhisattva grounds, the 10 grounds, then about what they are and how they are explained in common. And maybe we also will cover the first ground already. But as usual, first of all, I would like that we make our silent motivation, each of us alone. And now again, for the start together, not this one, this one. And I would like to ask you, David, if it's okay, that you would read the two motivational verses from the Madyamakavatara and from the Lama Chakra.
Of course. So, mercy alone is seen as the seed of the conqueror's rich harvest, as water for development, and as ripening in a state of long enjoyment. Therefore, at the start, I praise compassion. Samsara and Nirvana lack even an atom of true existence, while cause and effect and dependent arising are unfailing. I seek your blessings to discern the importance of Nagarjuna's thought, which is that these two are complementary and not contradictory.
Very well, thank you. Okay, and just again shortly, briefly, the overview where we are. We did now all the beginning, the expression of worship, the actual body of the text, and now come here with the red color to the causal grounds. Today, the presentation of the grounds of Bodhisattva superiors. And here, in yellow color as well, the presentation of the 10 grounds in common. Okay, and just for memory, I know you know them well, a brief overview of the 10 grounds. The name and the perfection that is surpassed on this ground. And as you see on the left here, green, first ground, very joyful, and the perfection, generosity. The second, blue, stainless, the perfection, ethics. Third, luminous, the perfection, patience. The fourth, radiant, joyous effort. The fifth is called difficult to overcome, concentration. The sixth is manifest or approaching, and is the perfection of wisdom. The seventh is gone afar, and the perfection, skillful means. Eighth, immovable, power. Ninth, good intelligence. Oh, that's a mistake. That's twice power. Uh-oh. I don't know. Do you remember that, David? I made a mistake when I drew that, actually. I drew it just the other day. You know it by heart? Okay, probably also not. So I will change that next time. We'll comment correctly afterwards. And
No, I think I know. The
okay,
eighth is power, and the ninth is prayer, or all the way around?
Prayers, yes.
But I don't know which one comes first.
I also don't know. I think power first and then prayers, but I'm not sure. Okay, thank you. I will change this anyway. And then the 10th one is called Cloud of Dharma, and is the perfection. The path is the exalted wisdom. And here actually you see I have met the 11th one. They're not usually counted, but if actually there is called Buddhahood, and this called, the name is the universal light. Okay, so that's just the overview. Now we come here to the 10 grounds in common. You can see it here in the yellow circle. And we start here on this side. 10 grounds. Now, what is a ground? First, the question, always again, this the definition. So the definition of a Bodhisattva Arya ground, not just a common, but it's a Bodhisattva Arya ground. And the definition is, it is a Bodhisattva's Arya's clear realization, conjoined with great compassion and the wisdom directly realizing emptiness. So there are these features coming together in a Bodhisattva ground. The Bodhisattva grounds, they are explained under the 4 topics. And here you can see on the left, here on top, there is like their nature. We can talk about the conjoined qualities. Third one, the way they are called grounds. And fourth is the etymology of the ground. So these are the 4 topics that we will then consider the grounds, each of the grounds. The basis, you see on the top as well, is the Sutra of the 10 grounds and also Nagarjuna's precious garland. Now we go down here, first of all, the 10 grounds. This really explanation in common. The 10 grounds, all of them are ultimate mind generation. And why? Why it is called ultimate? Because they are ultimate, because of the exalted wisdom directly realizing emptiness, and this ultimate wisdom, and mind generation, because this wisdom is conjoined with the mind of enlightenment. So ultimate mind generation. These 10 grounds are all here in the middle now in the orange color. They are all non-conceptual wisdom. And here I would like to add something that Chandrakirti here on the left mentioned. Chandrakirti calls the first ground non-dual wisdom. And non-dual wisdom, why and how? It actually doesn't mean that the 2 extremes are already abandoned. No, this only happens after the 8th ground. After the 8th ground, not on the first one. But non-dual wisdom means in this context that the object and the object possessor don't longer appear as different substances, like water poured into water. So when you pour a glass of water in a jar of water, you can afterwards not distinguish the 2 waters from each other in the same way. Okay, and again here in the middle, the next point, these 10 grounds all are meditative equipoises and subsequent attainments. I come to this just afterwards. I want just to mention this, the 4th point here. The ultimate 10 grounds have the same object of observation and the same aspect. This we will explain also just a little bit later. Here I first go now to this, all are meditative equipoises and subsequent attainment. In this context, the text is raising a question a question about contaminated and uncontaminated. Just a question to you, David. You remember the difference between contaminated and uncontaminated?
With afflictions and without afflictions.
Yeah.
And then I would say the innate afflictions. Because we're talking about the Prasangika point of view, so everything which is contaminated, it's with still afflictions there, and whilst there's no afflictions. Or you can do it from many parts possible, but I choose for this one.
Okay, good, great. That's always that thing. I think so interesting in these studies. There's not just one right answer or correct answer. There's just it always depends on from which viewpoint you look at the thing.
And which part of the text also, yes.
Exactly, that's exactly another thing.
Good. I also got a question for you, but first, what is the answer in this content?
Okay. I first finish it, then you can ask. Okay, if it's fine with you. I just go quickly to this contaminated. Here you can see in the pink color, and I just take the definition of the Prasangika. Also, what means something is contaminated? So that which is polluted either by ignorance, meaning conception of true existence, or by its latency. And also here in this context, we talked about that every consciousness is contaminated and mistaken. So what does it mean? Just to remember, if I look at the tree just outside of my window, my eye consciousness is a direct perception, so it's a valid, So why is it then contaminated and mistaken? Because at this moment I am perceiving a tree in front of me. At the very same time, always there is this appearance of inherent existence, that it's existing out there by itself, self-established. So this way. So every consciousness is contaminated and mistaken, and this one that is not, that is exception, is the meditative equipoise of an Arya direct realizing emptiness. Okay, now we go down here. I show, like this as well. Okay, here is like a line that's showing what is happening just on a time level, the meditative equipoise. In blue color is the Bodhisattva Arya that is directly realizing emptiness in a meditative equipoise. At this moment, the three types of dualistic appearances vanish. They are vanished. The three types are inherent existence, the conventionalities, meaning there's nothing conventional appearing to the mind of this Arya, and the third one, the subject and object being different substances also has vanished. And this mind here is an uncontaminated mind, the only one. But after the Bodhisattva leaves, for example, a meditation session where he was in or she was in meditative equipoise, he's entering subsequent attainment phase. And then here, the mind is again contaminated by the latencies of ignorance. And these two, meditative equipoise, subsequent attainment, they are alternating until Buddhahood has reached. One question, maybe it's a stupid one, doesn't matter, I pose it anyway. What happens, David, during the meditative equipoise? I mean, a Bodhisattva already is on the path of seeing. He already has entered the Mahayana a long time ago. So what is happening with the mind generation of this Bodhisattva doing meditative equipoise? Is it gone? Where is it?
I still have my own question still for you.
Okay, you come afterwards. First answer this one.
It's dormant, it's sleepy.
Oh, yeah, good, very good. I know it was easy. Did you see it or did you remember? You remembered.
No, of course I remember. Yeah.
Right. And what is then in the subsequent attainment phase? Likewise, then the wisdom realizing emptiness is dormant. Okay, great. So before I go on, I will give you the chance to ask your question.
Okay, it's quite many questions in a way. But let's first start with when does a bodhisattva enter a ground and when does a hearer enter a ground?
Oh,
For your point of view. Yeah.
oh, my favorite topic. Great. Also, I know where a bodhisattva is, and when he is entering the ground, bodhisattva is entering the Mahayana ground when he has developed bodhicitta. Right? I'm actually wait. The entrance gate. Yes, development uncontracted bodhicitta is the entrance gate to the Mahayana. To the no. Wait a minute, not to the first ground. Okay, maybe you ask a question again.
Okay, when does bodhisattva? Well, he's not really a bodhisattva. When? Okay, say
The
bodhisattva. When
ultimate,
does he enter the ground? Which point?
the ground means like not a path. Okay, I was mistaken. I was in my mind. It was this path. You ask about the ground. Also, the first ground a bodhisattva is entering when, at the moment, she has directly realized emptiness. And the same with the hearers, actually. Yes.
When they have realized emptiness, they enter the ground.
Then yes.
So the path of accumulation, is that a ground?
No, but on the path, direct realized emptiness is only on the path of seeing, and the ground starts on the path of seeing. The first ground starts there. We don't talk about path now. You asked about ground.
Okay.
And the hearers start then as well. The difference between bodhisattvas and the hearers solitary path is they only have 8 grounds, and the bodhisattvas have 10 grounds.
Okay.
Okay, more.
So then when does a bodhisattva enter a path and when does a hero enter a path? Yeah, you were expecting that.
Yeah, come on. Okay. A bodhisattva is entering a path when he has what I said, uncontracted bodhicitta. Then the path of accumulation is starting. And I really have to tell you, I don't know about the hearers. I don't know. You must know that actually.
Uncontrived renunciation.
Ah, yeah, possible. Oh, yeah, you're right. Great, yeah, good. Okay, thank you. Okay, more?
No, that's it for now.
Okay, wait. Okay. So I go back here to the 10 grounds explained in common. We have just almost finished this mind map. And here this red, circle. Chandrakirti just mentioned quite a kind of summary was before achieving Buddhahood, a mind that is uncontaminated, meaning not polluted by latencies of ignorance, is none other than the wisdom directly realizing emptiness. And here is a nice drawing. Or a nice drawing. No, I mean like not the drawing is nice, but the image, the example is nice. In the text they have always this, and here is this a metal garment, like when you maybe in the Middle Ages you had for fighting these metal garments to protect the body. So when such a metal garment is dirty, got dirty, to the fighting or whatever, then you can just put it into a fire, and all the stains they're gonna burn away, and the garment stays clean now, stays. And in the same way, our mind, the clear light mind that we have now, polluted by these adventitious stains, with the wisdom fire, burns all the stains, and then the clear light mind stays. Easy, but I think, yeah, quite nice. Okay, so I come to the next one here. And here actually we talk a bit about this, first of all, about the differences of a bodhisattva and here solitary risers. Here in this context about the realization of selflessness of phenomena. And Actually, both of them, that's the specifically the Prasangika view, both are realizing emptiness of phenomena. They both have this wisdom, but they are similar, the wisdoms. And how they are similar, or where are they different? And here we talk about, on the green side here is the Bodhisattva path, on the blue side here the hearer solitarizer path. And at the beginning, already before entering a path, the Bodhisattva knowledge, his or her practices, it's vast. So its vastness is there at the time of the course already, meaning like the path accumulation and the path of preparation. Then now we talk about when a Bodhisattva or a hearer is realizing the emptiness. That would be the wisdom side. So a Bodhisattva is realizing emptiness with limitless reason. Just to add something again to the different paths, on the path of accumulation and the path of preparation, the realization of emptiness, even there it's with limitless reasoning, it is still conceptual, and it's an inferential cognition, or there are inferential cognizers who help to establish this understanding of emptiness. Hearers doesn't have this aspect of the limitless reasonings. They realize emptiness on a more, maybe on not such a deep level, not this limitless reasoning. That's the wisdom side, and then here on the method side, the Bodhisattva, green again, has, in addition, has the Mahayana mind generation, but it's the hearers and solitarizers, they don't have Mahayana mind generation. And then also the Bodhisattvas have on the method side, they have the vastness of the 12 sets of 100. So they are the vastness of the capacity and qualities, meaning that there are 1,200 features. I will something more about this just shortly. Also, at the time of the result, the Bodhisattva also has a vaster, a vaster result. One thing that both of them have, they are both directly realizing the nature of the phenomena and are both empty of pollution by the latencies of ignorance. I hope this is clear, that something is really cool for both of them there, but specifically the vastness is different for the Bodhisattva path. Okay. Now, here we have, let me see if I can do this. It's an addition from Chandrakirti's self or auto commentary. Here, Chandrakirti mentions when a Bodhisattva's uncontaminated wisdom, conjoined with compassion and so on, is divided into parts, each part is called a ground because it is a base of qualities. I think it is a very nice, explanation, like what is a ground. So that is that how they are connected, these 10 grounds, but also in some way just divided, so to be able to mention the perfection that is surpassed there and the qualities there. Here just what we had already on the last part of it, we had on the last chart or mind map. The grounds are all ultimate mind generations. They're all non-conceptual wisdoms. They are meditative equipoise and subsequent attainment alternating. And the ultimate grounds have the same object of observation and the same aspect. And the object of observation, I quickly want to ask you again, David, could you imagine what is the object of observation a ground or the ground has here?
Which ground in particular?
It's in general here. It's in general for all the time. It's in the common explanation of the common.
All grounds have the same object of observation.
What do they on one side? What do they observe? Always again and again.
In particular, depends on the grounds, and you would always say emptiness of phenomena.
Yes, exactly. And they have this object of observation is emptiness of inherent existence, the suchness of all phenomena, and the aspect. Do you also know this? Remember this one?
The mind.
Yes. And what mind?
Observing that.
Huh?
The mind of enlightenment.
No.
What do you mean?
It's actually, no, it doesn't matter. It's not here. It must have you at the same. They have the emptiness of clear of inherent existence is the object of observation, and the aspect is the mind directly realizing this emptiness.
Yeah, that's what I want to say also at first.
Okay, yeah. That is the mode of apprehension of this. Exactly, great.
The object and the object possessor. The emptiness of that.
Exactly, because this will come. Okay, then just one word about, and I was a little bit, always like, I don't know, what is it for when we had it in class? And, like this individual grounds are posited from 4 points of view. And like all this, but specifically this first pound, I was like, why these sets of 12, But I think I understand slowly a bit better. Like here, I just go through it here. These 4 points of view, that they are posited. Huh? For example, you can see the first ground, I mentioned before, has these 12 sets of 100. The second ground has 12 sets of 1,000. Third ground, 12 sets of 10,000, and so on. And what I understand is that actually just to somehow give a feeling to us, I don't know, how incredible the capacity, the capacity of a mind of the Bodhisattva on this level is. Incredible abilities and capacities. Okay, then the second point, is the attainment of greater and greater majesty of power. I think it goes from in the same direction, just more and more powers and abilities. And each of the grounds is surpassing the perfection. And the first ground is surpassing perfection of giving. Second, perfection of ethics, and so on. And then the fourth point, there is a higher and higher increase of birth. And for example, on the first ground is like a king ruling this world would be a birth out of this, and then and so on. Okay. Now go on. Here actually is the first ground, and I'll just let me check the time. Yeah, I think we have some time just to go through this again. Here, the first ground, called very joyful. And the brief explanation, here we have again on the side first the definition. The first ground here is Mahayana Arya's clear realization of truth, conjoined with mind generation, dedication, and the wisdom realizing emptiness. In this context, a Mahayana Arya's clear realization is a knower of paths. Mind generation in this context is referring to mainly great compassion. And a word about dedication, I think it's interesting. There is a difference between, for example, prayers, aspirational prayers, and dedication. And the prayers, they don't, but dedication needs a substance. So dedication is always when I have something to offer, after studying, then the substance of studying, we can dedicate. But when we make prayers, it's just prayers that we don't have anything to give at this moment. And here's just a side remark. By the way, a bodhisattva here means an ordinary being. It's not an Arya bodhisattva. Ordinary being bodhisattva can have a mind generation before entering a path. Okay. Now we have a look. First look at this first ground. I want to do it here with the part of the verses. Here you can see yellow. Up here is the verse. It's 2 lines of a verse. They read, "The mind of a child, of a conqueror, overpowered with compassion to liberate migrators." What does it mean? The Bodhisattva has a wisdom realizing emptiness, apprehending non-inherent existence, and is influenced by great compassion, wanting to liberate migrators. And she has, with aspiration prayers, dedicated her virtues like Samantabhadra. And here we go to why is this first ground called very joyful? Because this ultimate mind of a bodhisattva, abiding in the non-dual wisdom, called the very joyful, having numbers of qualities. And it is also the first supramundane mind. And about this joy, here an addition, the next 2 lines of a verse are coming, dedicated with Samantabhadра's aspirations, and abiding in joy is called the first. There are here 4 different very joys. Why is there the joy so strong, so great? Because the Bodhisattva is possessing the 3rd compassion, the unobservable. She has dedicated like Samantabhadra. She has ultimate mind generation, this non-dual exalted wisdom, and has the 12 sets of 100 qualities. Also because the 3 dualistic appearances have vanished, as we heard before, and because of all this, it brings a joy that one never has experienced before. And because of this, it's called the first ground, the very joyful. Okay, I think the time is up for now. David, anything to comment, to ask, or whatever?
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay, good. Then we go. Let me see, up to the next. I have to make it come. No. Here. No. What happened? Sorry. You see, I'm still learning. Not there. It completely went lost. Must be. Come on. Here. Okay. I would like again to dedicate all the merit we have done through studying, through reflecting, debating a bit, asking questions, and so on, for our own developing all the qualities on the path, and all other sentient beings also being able to enter the path and practicing. And specifically again today in this world situation, that all the warfare is stopped immediately. May the precious body-mind not yet born, arise and grow. May that born have no decline, but increase forevermore. In this land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. As long as space remains, and as long as sentient beings remain, may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. Thank you very much. And here I will add this now, that whenever there is some questions or whatever, people can contact me here.